Guys, we are back again for another one on this the Saturday edition of this Mystelics reaction. Guys, we are back again. Round of applause goes out to each and every one of you guys who tuned in to get another Mystelics reaction right there and then. Now, guys, pretty much yesterday you probably saw this kind of situation taking place in the Wesley region at the courts, and this was due to two individuals, I believe, Jacqueline as well as Irma Douglas, who actually in regards to the properties that they take care of or are owners of, individuals have been known to sort of trespass, quote unquote, into the vicinity to use the rivers in HAMPSTEAD area. And of course these individuals must have reacted a certain way, and they were brought to court as a result of that particular incident. Now, guys, before we continue the whole situation, this of course was brought about by Emo News. You can actually check the link in the description below if you want to go see the full thing right there. But of course, this was the video that I actually made some time back. I think it's in January around that time that I made this video, when the first situation came about, where the individual was pretty much talking about the loitering and the dirting of the properties that they are taking care of or are owners of. And of course it's entitled Stop Littering the Lady Place. And of course that has to do with the HAMPSTEAD area, where individuals came in and of course they noticed that there was trash there, and have constantly been saying, hey, we don't want trash to be thrown there in this regard. We will hear this is actually Jacqueline that was this is Irma that was speaking there, but this is a bigger thing of it. I'll actually post the link of this in the description below as well for you guys to check out. But before we get into the whole situation, we actually have Jacqueline speaking. She sent me an audio right there. We'll listen to it in a moment, guys, but let's just see a little bit of what was taking place yesterday, if you did not notice what was going on.
Good afternoon, viewers. This is Emma News, and I'm outside the Wesley Courthouse, and today we have some interesting matter here, and pretty soon we'll be speaking to a few individuals who would like to express themselves, and they will say exactly why they are being dragged before the court. We have a few of them here. We also have a few of the villagers from Benz, Kalibishi, and Simeon Asfalda in solidarity with these individuals who are being dragged before the court.
Now, guys, there's both sides of the story, so we're gonna see if we can get both sides of the story right there.
It's gonna be an interesting act.
Let's see if we can get.
Good morning, good afternoon. How are you all?
Let's go ahead.
Well, while being dragged out from the river, finish run, make my day early. I went to the river in HAMPSTEAD, and two of the sisters was passing this way the river. They moved my picture in the river, my bus parked on the side of the river, and tell me while I wash the vehicle in the river. You know, so I get next one, I tell her, well, why she moved my picture in the river, you know? So me not go to argue and tell her, well, but they're going to plant the tree, plant the coconut trees, and you try to harass people in the place, you know? Just make me understand, well, there was a lot there, and she went away.
So you are being dragged to the court because you were using the HAMPSTEAD
river, you know?
No, in accordance to what he says, stated about the bus right there, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I have, from time to time, even when I go to the airport, sometimes you see bus vehicles parked alongside the river. And I've actually seen, I saw a van and I've seen a bus. They were washing their vehicles in the river. So I have seen it personally when I was passing individuals with soap and stuff, washing their bus, their wheels and so forth, and they actually have been washing vehicles. So I cannot say he may not have been washing his vehicle, true, but I have definitely seen that happening. I don't think that is a good thing when it comes down to the river, washing your vehicles by the river. I understand sometimes you might be saying, boy, let me go and do something outside there. Sorry for the audio right there. Hold on. Okay, guys, we are back again. Now, guys, I understand individuals might be saying, you know what, if I have to use my own water at my house, I might be paying more to wash my vehicles because my water is on a meter or something like that, and decide to come and wash it by the river. But I don't think that is a good thing at all. I understand the sentiment if you want to pay less, you know, and you decide to come by the river, but you're also destroying the river as well if you're doing that in this case. So I'm sure that they have seen individuals and probably saw him and his bus right there and thought that he was washing his bus in this regard. I don't know if he was actually washing it or not, but at the same time, I don't think that should be at all. Anyways, guys, let's continue.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you received that sermon, what did you receive?
Well, I said, well, obviously I go into court, but somehow somebody gonna pay my time.
Somebody's gonna pay.
Somebody gonna pay my time.
That's interesting. Let's move to the lady.
Melissa, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
So tell us why you are here.
Alright. Today I'm here because on the 9th of January I received a...
Okay guys, we are back again. Let me just make sure I bring it back. Okay, let's continue.
Melissa, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
So tell us why you are here.
Alright. Today I'm here because on the 9th of January I received a summons from Miss Douglas, and it stated something about trespassing. But on the 14th of September 2001, my friends, my siblings and I were at the river, the HAMPSTEAD River.
I think that's the video I actually reacted to previously before the video I showed earlier on.
And about...
Well, the photo of it.
After 5 in the afternoon, we were, just taking our last bath so we'd leave. Here we were approached by Miss Douglas. Saying that we were trespassing, and it's like, don't force her to take us to court. And she reached as far as saying that the river belonged to her. The river belonged to her. We were having a bath, and so we exchanged our words back and forth, nothing too much. She was very, very angry, for one, I can say, and yeah, that was basically it. But it was no matter where I was alone. I received this sermon, but I wasn't alone.
Okay, guys, let's move on to some other.
We are also hearing some of the villagers. They came in solidarity. They came in support of the villagers.
Well, in my opinion, it is not a pleasant situation, because growing up, as the young lady said, we've always had access to the river.
I have been there twice. I think I've been there twice. Even one time during a little storm, there was a tropical. there was a trough passing, brothers and sisters, and we were in there, man. Lightning was passing, man. We doing some crazy stuff, but I've been there a few times, twice, and we never had such resistance like certain these individuals face. So let's continue.
And I don't see why we cannot have access to the river, because somebody is claiming that the river belongs to them. The river, why? Somebody is claiming that the river belongs to them, and we are not only the young lady that spoke before me. She was summoned, but I myself was present at the river on that day, and there was nothing said to this lady that could get the lady so agitated as she was on that day.
Well, let's face it, guys. Let's face it. From my understanding from the previous video, I know the lady was complaining. Irma was complaining about littering and this kind of things there. So when individual was sent to come to use the river, she sees a lot of littering taking place, and somebody that's normally there, looking over the property in this regard, they tend to see a number of incidences that question, what exactly are you doing? It's the nature. You're supposed to keep it clean and whatnot, and it's constantly being littered on. So I think on the basis that she's seen individuals there, and then she's seen some garbage in the area, kind of ticked her off. And of course, I know they exchange words saying all kind of different things, so that would most likely cause that to happen. I saw the video, so I know there was some sort of words exchanging that could spark certain things in there. But let's continue right there, guys.
Really dumbfounded at the entire thing, because I do not think all of that is called for. Number one, I was at the river too on that day, and yes, there was an exchange of words and whatever, exactly. But it was nothing out of the way.
I mean, I guess if you consider Dominican local terms, terminologies, sure.
And the exchange of word was only because of the manner in which we were approached by her on that day.
From the video, I'd have to say it was, maybe from the video I've seen, I didn't see the full thing, but from the video I saw, I could tell that there was some sort of vexation going on, But we will get to the other side of the story, brothers and sisters, don't worry.
He just started howling and growling and quarreling and about her property, and we are trespassing and whatever. And like the others said, we are from the area between Benson, Kalibishi and Zelle. We have, HAMPSTEAD River has always been there, and that is how it has always been at HAMPSTEAD River, where people
it's a place that people in the area feel on a hot day, whatever, they can go there with their food, bring their children to take a bath, which is just what we did on that day. We did nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, on the basis, I'm not saying that probably these guys on January 9th when the incident happened, I'm not saying that they were the ones who littered, but that could have caused certain situations because she saw you guys there and she thought that you guys, you know, did litter or, you know, saw some littering taking place. This is why I even mentioned maybe they should put bins there for if they're trying to avoid these things, because when I went there was no bins there at all. So I was thinking maybe they should put some sort of bins there to try to avoid this situation from taking place. Because if people don't see any bins and they have little things in their hands and stuff, they'll just throw it anywhere, and that could, you know, cause that part of littering in the nature aspect to take place, especially around a river, close to the vicinity of a river or in the river itself. So I think that is essential. A bin might actually help. I still stick with the bin stuff. I think the bin should help. I don't know if they put a bin there. It's been a moment since I've been there. But anyways,
She didn't meet us on her land or her property, picking her coconuts, even her guava. We were actually in the river bathing. And today my friend got summoned in January earlier this month to appear today because of trespassing and whatever other charge is on the summons. So we are here today, we are waiting, the matter has not been tried as yet, they have not called it as yet. So we are here and we are just simply waiting to see the outcome of this case.
now guys, for context of the whole thing, the river is passing over their land. Okay, the river is not theirs. The river, you cannot, I highly doubt you can own a river in Dominica. So the river is not theirs. However, the land the river is passing over is theirs. So although people can actually come to the river to bathe and free up and whatnot, on the other side from the video that I remember before, they were pretty much making the reference to littering. They don't like the littering and the people washing their vehicles in the river and so forth, dirty in the place, because I think they tend to use it. Is there more right there, guys? Like I said before, if you guys want to go check the full thing out, you guys definitely go and see what is taking place in that video in the link below.
Okay, well,
okay, so this is Irma. This is
exactly what is.
so these are the sisters right there, Irma and Jacqueline Douglas.
You know what is happening here, so let us give an opportunity. Hi, how are you?
We're not ready for the camera. Let's talk.
Okay, well, they do not want to be on camera, so
We have to discuss it.
okay, well, they do not want to be on camera, folks. So
So now that they have gone through all this thing, let's get the audio. So there's two parts to this. There's the Batibu area where we saw the previous video. I'll do that one tomorrow. Well, if you guys saw it circulating over social media, where I think Irma actually came out and was talking to an individual who parked on the beach, and you know, she was, you know, reiterating certain things, but we will get to that in a moment, guys. But this one, I want you guys, this is actually Jacqueline right there. Let me see if I can bring it back a little where she introduces herself.
Morning, Mystelics.
That's me.
My name is Jacqueline Douglas.
Okay, so we get that there. Anyways, let's move forward right there.
The other thing is that the beach and river, we just want you to know, want everybody to know that we want people to enjoy the beach and river. Since not only in Batibu and HAMPSTEAD River, all over Dominica, it is clean, fun. We enjoy it, and we like every Dominican to enjoy it.
So they're not trying to prevent people from coming to the river. Okay, if you didn't hear it, let me bring it back for you guys to hear it again. This is Jacqueline Douglas speaking.
The other thing is that the beach and river, we just want you to know, want everybody to know that we want people to enjoy the beach and river. Since not only in Batibu and HAMPSTEAD River, all over Dominica, it is clean, fun. We enjoy it, and we like every Dominican to enjoy it. But remember, the land around the beach and the river belongs to us, the company, and it is
Douglas family.
Our interest to keep it clean, and that's really what it's all about.
So their interest is pretty much keeping it clean. But when they see individuals there, they see there's dirt, there's trash cans, there's not trash cans, there's trash all over the place. They most likely would think it's probably you that did it. And it's there's a huge probability that you probably did it in this regard. Not saying, when we went there, we saw a little bit of trash here. It wasn't us. but the probability of you throwing trash there would, you know, be high, especially if that's the only set of people that they saw there. So that means previous people could have come and thrown their trash there as well, and you taking the blame for it, which is not always the case right there. But at the same time, I think people need to understand, I think Dominica by extension need to understand, to keep the place clean. I mean, this is our rivers. Our rivers are dying, you know that, guys? Even compared to the video that I saw, those of you on the membership blog, you realize that I was speaking about the very river when we went there, and you could literally see how high the river was, because the old mill that was there, the turbine thing that was there, it would most likely have been in the river for it to turn to grind the sugar cane. And it's right on top there, and the river is right down there, which means that the river is going down. So it is important that we take care of nature and the rivers right there. So anyways, let's continue.
Keeping the surrounding areas clean. So that's where the river thing came in. And this thing happened before. I think you did a video on it before.
Yep.
But yesterday was the actual court case for that. And of course, we were kind of caught off guard, so we didn't want to go on camera before the case when the newscaster came and we were asked to speak, and we were just not ready for that, and we will go into court.
Oh, so that's where that incident came from, where they actually, wait a minute. Well, you guys saw it. Let me go back. There's so much videos right there. Let me see. Where is it now? Anyways, guys, you get the point. Let's go.
Absolutely not true.
Hold on, I go for a bit of
going into court, and so we felt it was interfering. So we told her we will do it afterwards. So what they are saying is that we don't want them to come to the river and stuff like that, which is absolutely not true. As a matter of fact, right now, if you go by HAMPSTEAD River, you will see two distinct areas. One behind the ruins that is spotless, cut, maintained, and the other area towards the Calibishi side that is absolutely filthy.
So they're pretty much maintaining the side of the river that's theirs, and you can pretty much tell on the other side there's a lot of trash there. So that indicates something, that there's actually trash being thrown in the area. Like I said before, I think as a result of no bins being there, that could facilitate in why trash is pretty much all over the place. So I think if you're looking at this, probably a solution right there would most likely be to set up bins. Like I said before, I don't know if there's bins there right now, but based off what I stated all the way back then in January, I said that I think it would be vital. If you're complaining about the trash situation, I think it's vital that you put bins there. True or false? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Let's continue.
Just garbage. We have tried to clean it all, but it's just too much. So
they tried to clean the other side out as well, but it's too much, I guess, for them to think, especially if they're not young people like us, you know what I mean? They need to most likely pay somebody to come and clean the stuff up if that is the case right there. Yeah.
We have tried to pick up garbage. Each time it's bags and bags. And of course, what has been happening for a while, although less over the last few years, but recently over the last few months, they have increased the number of vehicles being washed inside the river.
That's another one again. I've stated that I've seen this before, you see? I've seen it before. So even if they're saying this and thing, I am a witness to actually seeing vehicles there. People washing their vehicles there. Even when I go to the airport sometimes when I'm leaving Dominica or whatever, or we going out on a little tour or whatever, you know, the summer series and this kind of things that we used to do for the membership blog. You guys most likely, I don't know if I film them or whatever, but plus I think there's also another video that was circulated on social media where individuals were out there, people were in the river and whatnot, and there was a guy washing his vehicle right there. So,
and of course, we do the river drift, which is a tube ride for tourists going down to number 1.
So that's probably why they're trying to keep the rivers clean, because they tend to also facilitate in tourism, in the tourism activity, in the tourism product of Dominica, where they provide tubing going down that river as well. So if it's dirty, I don't think it will be very much appealing. I remember when we did one at the back of Dominica somewhere, at the back of Dominica, the northern back of Dominica somewhere, guys. I can't remember the place. If you guys are on the membership blog, you'll know what I'm talking about. But we did some river tubing and stuff, and it was pretty clean. It was nice and things. So I'm guessing that's probably what they're trying to do in this regard.
Beach, and so to see the oil, you know, the colorful like a rainbow running over the water of the river. It's really disheartening, disgusting, and to see garbage.
Now, she mentioned that right there, and an individual, I think, also stated some rather interesting things right there, guys. Let me get the photo that she sent for me. Yes, guys, so this is what she sent me right there. And they're talking about close-up of turtle covered with petroleum. So it seems like maybe this is from the vehicles, I'm guessing, and it washed down to the area, and this is the photos that they took. So there is some sort of thing that is taking place. Oil slick, oil spills, and these things there, guys. So these are the photos that they took, showing that there is some sort of situation taking place. So it's where exactly is the oil coming from, guys? Where exactly is the oil coming from? Is it coming from somewhere else and then coming to Dominica, or is it coming from Dominica because people are washing their vehicles and stuff and spilling all the oil, and it goes down the river and goes to the beach area? So it's important to be mindful of this thing, guys. I understand that they might you react in certain ways and that you might not be pleasant, so you react back in a certain way. And I understand that you might be accustomed to being at the river and these kind of things there. I understand these things, but it's important, guys, to also take care of your own. The Caribbean islands is a nature destination. It is important to take care of your own. So keeping this in mind is also vital. Anyways, let's continue.
And floating down the river while we taking the people too is something that is garbage. Running and floating down the river while we taking the people too is something that is unsightly.
Now, guys, keep in mind, this is on their land. The river is not theirs, but the land is theirs. So if they are doing different tours and whatnot on the river tubing and this kind of things there, and they're seeing garbage and stuff for tourists, I mean, come on. Just picture you having a land and you're trying to ensure that the land is clean. You're offering a business to different individuals out there, and you're seeing garbage, and you know garbage is not one of the things that pretty much help your product. You would probably be angry at this as well. I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys.
So what we have had to do actually over the last few years that we've been doing this river is to go ahead of the people, do the drift ourselves, and stop and pick up any garbage that would be coming down, and any garbage around this, so that we can do a pristine, clean drift.
But that makes sense. So they tend to go ahead before the tourists come to ensure that the river is clean.
Tube right down the river, so it has not been easy at all. And of course, the people, they don't want to hear the garbage part. They want to know that they using the river anyhow they want, and that is all they hear, that we prevent them from using the river, which is not true. A few years ago, we put up big boulders so that vehicles will not be able to go inside the river.
And they have a right, because the boulder is on their property. It's on their property, so they can put up the boulders in there. So if they don't want vehicles to go on their land, they can actually do that. However, they cannot prevent you from going to the river. Okay? It's on the basis of trying to keep their property clean. That's the whole point right there.
But there would be access to the river by anybody wanting to go bathe, wash, whatever. But again, it was out there. Oh, your daughter will bathe in the river, and, you know, and we're not getting the help from our pal rep.
Boy, don't make a song about pal rep for the Calypso. That pal rep is mine. Sometimes we just have to throw our pal reps away. We just have to throw them, because what is the point of having pal rep if pal rep not doing enough for you? What pal reps doing across the what pal reps doing across Dominica? What is Portsmouth pal rep doing for Portsmouth? What is Cottage pal rep doing for Cottage? What exactly are our pal reps doing since 2019? What exactly have they done? So that Calypso song, I think that should make at least the top 10. Because it's very much relevant to today.
Or from any government, other government officials, they're just saying, oh, well, it's access and we'll take the access away. And, you know, it's tiring, to say the least.
I understand the sentiment right there. I understand the sentiment. It's your property. You want to do something on it. You want to maintain the property and so forth. And people come in and litter to try to mess up your stuff. So I understand their side as well. I understand the people's side as well. So both sides actually making sense. They want to use the river. They feel like you guys don't want them to use the river, when that's not the case. You guys are pretty much saying, yes, come use the river, but please do not litter our property. That's simple. Ladies pretty much reiterating the same thing as well. she's stating that there's the same problem in litter in the place. People just come and litter. But I think you guys, like I said it before, people will be people. I know people will be people at the end of the day, but at least try to put some garbage cans in the area to try to help alleviate that problem. And especially around areas, you know, where people litter in a lot. You know, because at the end of the day, it's still your property. I understand that. I mean, it only makes sense that you don't litter, or that the Dominicans who want to use the river don't litter, and the people who have the land should put up trash cans in the area to prevent it. I think that is a reasonable solution. True or false, guys? Let me know that in the comment box below. Anyways, guys, I saw this thing as well in this regard, and it seems like there's some sort of letter that went out. Update court matter at Wesley concerning trespass at the Hampstead estate. A letter from the board of directors of the RBD Limited. That's pretty much the estate we're talking about right there. The board of directors of RBD Limited, the registered proprietor of Hampstead Estate, has confirmed that they have not initiated nor given permission to any person to initiate a claim on their behalf. Accordingly, any person who is a party to a claim without having proof of ownership or permission to act on their behalf is not acting under their authority. In light of this, the claimant requested time from the court to communicate and seek permission from the board of continuity. So I guess pretty much they coming together. Everybody who's a part of this thing will come together to discuss the further the matters right there. But apparently it has been adjourned. The meeting, the court session has been adjourned for April 29th, 2022. And of course, MONU stated that she will provide updates on this information as the matter progresses right there. But I think as a president, I don't think that the whole court case thing was necessary. I just think that they need to set up trash cans there to alleviate. If you know, trash continues, then you know you continue down that line, or probably set up cameras in the place to see who's the perpetrators are doing these things, and then continue. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. This is pretty much all about us for this year reaction. I have another one to do tomorrow about the Batable situation. We'll get a little more in depth with that. And of course, it's your boy Mystelics, guys. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Definitely give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. Boom, bang.